Hello, I'm Rob, and right now I will be reciting for you a Bible verse and a poem. The Tale of Custer the Dragon by Ogden Nash. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little gray mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really-o-truly-o little pet dragon. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little gray mouse she called her Blink, and the little yellow dog was as sharp as mustard, but the dragon was a coward, so she called him Custard. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth, and spikes on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and really-o-truly-o daggers on his toes. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Ink said, "Week," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Belinda tickled him, she tickled him unmerciful. Ink, Blink, and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the really-o-truly-o cowardly dragon. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Custard growled, and they all looked around. "Meouch!" cried Ink, and "Ooh!" cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. Belinda paled and she cried, "Help, help!" But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and little mouse Blink strategically mouseholed. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. With a clatter and a clank and a jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon, and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him, no one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink and glee did great around the dragon that ate the pirate. Belinda still lives in a little white house with a little black kitten and her little gray mouse, and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon, and her really-o-truly-o little pet dragon. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice safe cage. Proverbs 3. My son, don't forget my teachings, but let your heart keep my commands, for they will bring you many days of full life and well-being. Never let loyalty and faithfulness leave you. Tie them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will find favor and high regard in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understandings. Think about him in all your ways, and he will guide you on the right paths. Don't consider yourself to be wise. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. This will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first produce of your entire harvest. Then your barns will be completely filled, and your vats will overflow with new wine. Do not despise the Lord's instruction, my son, and do not loathe his discipline. For the Lord disciplines the one he loves, just as the Father, the Son, he delights in. Today we will be learning about adding fractions. So, a fraction has a numerator on top and a denominator on the bottom. To add a fraction, the denominators have to be the same. This is because the denominator is not like a normal number. 7/3 plus 7/3 is not 14/6. You don't add these together. They always stay the same. The way we make them the same is by taking the denominator of this one and doing 5 times 7, which is 35, over 5 times 3, which is 15, and then 3 times 5, which is also 15, below 3 times 4, which is 12. So this is pretty much just the same as that, and this is the same as that, but they have the same denominator. Now we can add them. So that equals 47/15. Now I'll be talking about crocodilians. Crocodilians Crocodilians are the largest group of reptiles still alive today, and they include the following: alligators, gharials, crocodiles, and caimans. Crocodiles are the most common type of crocodilian, and they live all over the world. Other types, like alligators, only live in China and North America. The gharial, which only includes one species, lives only in India. Here's a map of where all the other crocodilians live. All of the green space on the map is where they live. The alligators include two species: the American alligator, which is commonly used in books about crocodiles versus alligators because they're a lot bigger and just a lot more talked about. The Chinese alligator is a lot smaller and only lives in China. Caimans are like a very small version of alligators, and they live in South America. They include the smallest species of crocodilians called the dwarf caiman. The crocodiles, which are the most common, include the biggest type of crocodilian, the saltwater crocodile that measures up to 21 feet long. The largest type of crocodilian that used to live on the time of dinosaurs, that isn't still alive today, used to be up to 40 feet long. Here is one way to tell crocodiles, alligators, and caimans, to tell crocodiles, alligators, and gharials apart. As you can see here, a crocodile's mouth shows its upper teeth and its lower teeth when it is closed. But an alligator's mouth only shows its upper teeth when it closes, because the lower teeth fit into all the upper teeth when the mouth closes. The gharial is probably the most distinct and easy to tell apart crocodilian because it has a very long and thin snout and tons of teeth that are all the same shape and size that run all through its mouth. They have this because wet, slippery fish stick well in those types of teeth. Alligators are very gentle. When they have children, when a mother alligator gets pregnant with eggs, she builds a nest, and when she is ready, she lays her eggs in the nest and covers it with dead foliage. Then, when it rots, it creates heat, which keeps the eggs warm. When they hatch, or are ready to hatch, they call out to their mother, and she comes and rakes away the leaves and dead bush material. Mother alligators are so gentle that sometimes, when their helpless babies can't break out of their eggs, they will put them into their mouth and roll them on the top of their mouth with their tongue to crack open the egg without hurting the baby alligator inside. Alligators and crocodiles stay close to their children, and they follow them like ducks until they are older and can look after themselves. This is because baby alligators are very small and helpless and cannot look after themselves. A mother alligator with its young will guard them with her life. Although all of this is true, not very many alligators grow up to be full size. I hope you have enjoyed learning about crocodilians. Thanks.